his own advantage.
Yeah, that's what he did with the subs.
That's what I'm saying.
And Wendy Ortiz has recently been under a lot of hot water, and it's not even because of anything she's doing in particular, but more of her cult-like fan base that a bunch of people are apparently afraid of. Crazy enough, she isn't even a veteran when it comes to streaming, at least on Twitch. A lot of people from the WRL community probably found her out due to DDG, and unfortunately for her, it seems like the person that brought her into here is also going to be somebody that's bringing her downfall, with her most recent fallout literally being with him and him taking a jab at her audience saying that they're going to be the reason she's not going to be able to get any collabs. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so why don't we start from the very beginning with who even is Wendy Ortiz for anyone that's unaware, and why are so many people hating on her but also fearing her all at the same time.
That girl's fan base.
That girl's?
Alright.
What?
It's just insane.
That girl is just mad she didn't win. Ooh. And then earlier she was like, oh, TikTok's trying to pin us against each other. That's you. If you want to skip around at any point, timestamps below in the description and in the comments section. Wendy Ortiz, as I said earlier, is not a veteran to streaming, but actually pretty new, at least for most people in the WRL community, where she got her start before streaming on places like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, where she boasts a huge following of over 4.1 million people. With that big of a following, you expect to see her doing collabs like crazy, but not really in live streaming until DDG came along, where for me personally, it was the first time I ever saw her in this new era of content creation, that being live streaming. And this also introduced a new fan base, and not only Wendy, but also a new fan base to live streaming, and that fan base could not get enough of what they were seeing. It seemed like Wendy and DDG clips were flying out like crazy, and they were all doing numbers. Do you care that you're short?
I get to that.
How much deeper can it get?
What you mean by that? But this is, let me see.
I like ugly cute guys. Like they're ugly, but it's cute.
Like a pug.
Kinda like you.
I'm ugly.
If you ask me, she was a pretty good live streamer, even without being with DDG. When she had her solo moments, she was still funny and pulling a consistent viewership, not even just on Twitch, but on TikTok Live when she was going out and doing these things. It seemed like this was going to be an amazing avenue for her as a creator and just a fresh new step into her journey. Unfortunately for Wendy, the good times would not last forever, as hardship had to come. And that was in the form of drama and beef with a lot of live streamers. It just seemed like once she stepped in the realm of Twitch, a bunch of people wanted to start beefing with her, one of those being the king of Twitch that eventually left, Adin Ross.
I'm not holding back on Wendy. We are going to go crazy on Wendy for what she said about Tory Lanez. My brother really got stabbed 14 times, bro. I don't around when it comes to like that. So Wendy, I got something for you. Don't even worry about it. You and your fat Tour de fans can't do, they don't scare me, bro. I don't give a full, bro. This streaming you're doing, do you not understand? I'm the Don. Call it cringe, call however you want. This is my
For her first known streamer beef to be with Adin Ross, out of all people, is pretty insane, especially since the most gripes people have with her is that her community is really toxic. So for her first notable person she had an ordeal with being Adin, whose community is known for being one of the most toxic communities on any platform, is pretty ironic, and it all started purely because of what happened with Tory Lanez when he unfortunately got stabbed, and her response to it was just that she doesn't feel like anybody should feel bad for Tory Lanez. He's just not someone you should feel bad for.
I don't think Tory is like someone you can feel bad for.
Well, I'm just saying, it's sad that it happened to somebody. That it shouldn't happen to anybody, to be honest.
Adin Ross, seeing a clip of her saying that, got pretty upset and genuinely said he was going to go back and forth with her and slide for his man's Tory because they were actually good friends. Yet it didn't seem like Wendy even cared, because later on a live stream she would speak about Adin Ross again, literally comparing their fans to each other because he's known for having a toxic community, where she would make the first ever mention from any beef that I've seen, at least in the streamer community, of her fans actually being pretty toxic and very supportive of her regardless of what's happening, and basically saying that no matter how bad your fans could be, hers are 10 times worse.
And I will not be speaking about I don't want to say his name, Adin Ross, because that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to get everybody's attention, and it's not working out for him. Like, he's literally just crazy, actually. And I don't care if his fans are crazy. My fans are crazier. Fandom versus fandom, bitch.
and we're winning. We're like actually winning, and they're trying to say, okay, let me shut up. That they exposed my address and my social security number. So weird, guys. I think he's actually like genuinely, I believe he is misogynistic. Like, I genuinely believe like he hates women so bad. Doechii. Me. And he's a Trump supporter.
While I know this isn't the main beef a lot of you clicked on this video for, I just wanted to show this as a little bit of context. Later on, this beef would end up getting squashed, with Wendy and Adin actually making up and saying that they are both pretty cool people outside of streaming. But I just wanted to use this as an example to show that Wendy Ortiz is aware of her fan base. So at any point in time, in case you see a clip or I show something, she talks about her fans not being a certain way or might act a little oblivious, she is very much aware of how her fans can act and the power she truly has, like most content creators are, regardless of how they might act or feel. Now in this situation, she was obviously overtly being attacked by the AR loyals, to the point of literally talking about getting doxxed, having fear for her life because of the private information they shared. It would make sense why her fans would go out of the way to defend her in this situation. While in her most recent controversy with plaqueboymax's Into Deep show appearance, it seems like a lot of her fans were attacking a bunch of people, and it felt like it was for no apparent reason.
But niggas voted for just say for that. Yep.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, you can.
Why is Krishan Rock here?
I'm confused. Is there a problem with her? Like,
There is a problem with her being here.
I told you. Nigga, that didn't count, nigga.
y'all got
That's
smoke?
Well, that's just weird.
No, but I'm saying like what? So there's actually other girls here too. There's mad
No,
girls.
of course, I know.
So like, do y'all got like smoke?
Well, on the internet, yes.
Okay, so let me talk to you real quick. Can you talk?
So weird.
For anyone that's unaware of what Into Deep is, plaqueboymax's show, quick little rundown. This is a love show that plaqueboymax has done before, and this is actually the second version of it. He brings in a couple of guys and girls, most of them being streamers, and basically has them all picked to be a couple, fighting amongst each other to see who can win a cash prize. Pretty simple stuff, and actually really good content. But one part of it is bringing in a new girl on some of the nights, and that new girl today happened to be Krishan Rock. Unfortunately, Wendy Ortiz actually had a problem with her over the internet, so when she heard that she was showing up, she actually felt like she was being set up by plaqueboymax and went to confront him, which you saw in that clip right there. But it wasn't just her being upset, it was also her fan base, because when this clip made its rounds on Twitter and TikTok, a lot of the comments was Whoa Nation, that being her fans, going crazy and scolding plaqueboymax for apparently setting her up and using Wendy for views. Wendy needs to stay around her expanded crowd. Those other people were like playing with her too much. The look on his face when she first said something that he knew, because a normal person would have been like, oh, she wants to be on the show, not looking around. He's trying to act like he don't know. He was trying to cash in on Krishan whooping Wendy. Wendy says she's scared of her. I don't know why Krishan would want to fight someone who said she's scared of her. And this conversation right here sums up how most people probably feel about the situation. The most delusional things I've ever seen in my life. Acting like Max knows Wendy's whole lore. I didn't even know they had beef. Laughing emoji. He's chronically online. There's no way he didn't know. He went missing for 2 months. This event is his comeback. You can't tell me he didn't know though. He obviously knows Wendy has clout right now, and it's not like he didn't do any research.
I did not know about any things you had going on.
Yeah.
With Krishan. I was made aware. Understood when you told me on stream. Talk.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I don't know Mac, but I know you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I know he wouldn't set me up like that. I think just in the moment, I heard she was here, and then I was like doing like.
Go emote only. Go emote only. Emote only.
I was thinking about like, oh, Alabama said bad baby's pulling up, and I was like, wait, Krishan Rock is here, so I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I got mad. Obviously, I'm sorry. I came over here. I told you. And I think it was just like.
It's all good. I completely understand. I completely understand. Yeah. You feel me? You felt like it was some weird, funny business going on. That's why I wanted to situate it, because I didn't want you to feel like that. Because I fuck with you. You cool. You feel me? Yeah. You done nothing but show me love. You feel me? Want to keep everything smooth.
All good.
He didn't know? Please. He lying. And a narcissist. He knew what he was doing. She's so naive. I think y'all get the point now. These fans are pretty delusional. And I want to spin back to that little convo show with her and the 5-star member. Being that she said because plaqueboymax is chronically online that he would know about the Wendy Ortiz and Krishan beef. When as someone who was literally chronically online for their job, I had no idea that was a thing. There are some some people that are truly that delusional that they see such a big number from her and think that everybody in the world knows about Wendy, when generally that's not the case. I don't want to say it's just her fan base, but it's kind of unfortunate when you go into any collab she's has, any conversation or something like this, where it's just a small misunderstanding of someone not knowing something and then immediately getting it cleared up, yet it's still an issue for her fans. Don't get me wrong, I don't feel like it's all unjustified, because some of the hate that her fans give to other people makes a lot of sense, especially in situations where they are talking bad about her, which is something that also happened on Max's Into Deep show with a specific contestant called Ryaah, who seemed a little upset after Wendy Ortiz along with D-Lou actually won the competition.
I'm not gonna say anything negative, but it is a little obvious that that girl's fan base is just insane. We experienced it yesterday, so I feel like we low-key won, to be honest. Like, him, me.
If you ask me, this just sounds like a jealous girl upset she didn't win, and that's the vibe that almost anybody got from this. Wendy viewer, FaZe viewer, random person who might have caught the stream or even saw the TikTok clip. And because of this hate, obviously people who are actually ride or dies for Wendy are gonna be upset that you're throwing shade at her over a small competition. Well, it's not actually that small because that a cash prize, but still over something that didn't seem that big. And when they actually ended up seeing this clip, they sent it over to Wendy herself, who ended up reacting to it in a pretty tamed way. Anybody else I would expect to crash out, especially when this person has been showing fake love to you. All of a sudden it seems like they're hating on you for no real reason.
That girl's fan base.
That girl's?
Alright.
What?
It's just insane.
That girl is just mad she didn't win. Ooh. And then earlier she was like, oh, TikTok's trying to pin us against each other. Bitch, that's you. And then did you show her when she was like, congrats? Did you show her?
Yeah.
Showing fake love and then hitting on somebody is very odd and weird, and it's not surprising to me that her fan base, after seeing those clips and her initial fake reaction to Wendy winning, that they would go and want to send hate. Now, I don't ever think that's the real answer because you disagree with somebody or because somebody sneak this is your favorite content creator. Still is very odd, but I could at least understand from their POV that is genuine hate and weird behavior, so they want to go out of their way to try and defend Wendy, which makes sense. A lot of her fan base is down to defend her no matter what she does and genuinely only wants the best for her, but it could be to her downfall. And in situations like that, yes, it can be justifiable, but when it comes to someone she was genuinely close with and who basically put her on the map for Twitch streaming, being DDG, it gets pretty odd, especially when her fans and even Wendy start showing hate towards him. And it all started off something that was meant to be a joke in the first place.
God.
What did he just say?
He just said vote for you. He might use it for his own advantage.
Yeah, that's what he did with the subs.
That's what I'm saying.
And did he not?
Obviously a simple joke, just saying that, yeah, Wendy was only used on DD stream for subs, when we all know that's not true. They generally made some good content together and seemed like they were having a good time, but outside of being parasocial and trying to infiltrate my own feelings into their vibes or clips, DDG is a well-known rapper, streamer, and YouTuber. And not to glaze him, but I'm pretty sure he's doing well off when it comes to money, along with Wendy has an amazing following on Twitch along with TikTok. I don't think they need each other when it comes to any type of content thing. This is obviously just meant to be a joke because DDG actually ended up picking her first night, but then left her when he had found somebody different. So she's just playing on that, being like, hey, yeah, he only picked her for the subs and was just using her for views. Nothing that should be taken that serious. Yet it seemed like both fan bases were actually upset about this. Wendy's because they felt like she was telling the truth. Obviously they didn't see it as a joke and were actually attacking DDG along with his com, saying that it's obvious that DDG just wants to use her for subs like everybody else does, basically putting Max under the bus and any other content creator that was throwing her any type of shade. While on the other hand, DDG's community was very off-put by that joke, literally saying that's not the case, pointing out what I said, that DDG wouldn't need to use her for subs.
That's what he did with the subs.
That's what I'm saying.
And
y'all gotta understand, bro. When niggas is streaming, okay, listen, and then y'all be getting mad at me because I be telling y'all what's real. You know what I'm saying? Bro, when niggas is streaming, bro, y'all can't take everything serious or to heart, okay? I've said shit, everybody say shit. That's how you make the shit go. At the end of the day, bro, everybody and their mama know, Wendy know, I don't have to use her for shiz naggas. That's not even a thing. Y'all should know that. I'm sure she knows that. Bro, 90% of my money, even when I went to Japan, comes from ads. You can't watch my stream without catching an ad, bro.
This was from DDG's most recent stream where he tried to clear the air and explain everything that was going down, just informing his chat and her community that he actually doesn't need her for subs, and that's not even where he makes the majority of his money. But even outside of that, it's pretty odd that people would jump to that conclusion. And again, yes, I'm putting this on both DDG's chat along with hers. If he personally did not take this as shade and just saw it as a funny joke on stream, then there's no reason that his community should be going out of their way to take offense on his behalf. That's pretty weird. But also, people on Wendy's side in her community were going very hard in all types of comment sections, going hard in all types of places to the point where DDG felt like he had to talk about it. Not only to help Wendy, but also to inform her community that they are ruining her chances of getting bigger because of the way they are treating people. And it showed a lot from Max's Into Deep segments.
Specifically talk to Woshin right now. What y'all doing is, bro, y'all making people scared of Wendy. When y'all getting these comments and y'all saying all this crazy shit, like, and y'all not understanding, this shit's fake, guys. Like, you gotta understand, no, Wendy's not actually dating D-Lou. Okay, it's a show. You think niggas is really acting like this in real life? It's a show. When y'all try to make that crossover from real life, from and content and fucking entertainment, that's where y'all fuck up at as a fan base. And what y'all doing, y'all putting her in a pickle where y'all making motherfuckers scared to even fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all making niggas not want to fuck with her. All this bullying y'all doing to girls, all this bullying y'all doing to niggas that she collabing with, y'all fucking her up, bro, in the long run, because collaborations is how you win. A motherfucker be scared to collab with her. They don't give, it's not about numbers. It's not about none of that shit. It's about building a community.
DDG is definitely right in this scenario. And specifically talking broadly, imagine you're a content creator that wants to collab with Wendy. You open up Twitter to see that Wendy's entire fan base is attacking plaqueboymax because he didn't know one detail about her. Imagine seeing that as another content creator that might want to collab with her. Now, do you do a bunch of research so you're informed about her? Now do you sit back and just not do the collab at all? Because what if you say the wrong thing or bring up something that they might not like? Now you're consistently getting attacked. Now I wouldn't say it's on the level of certain other fan bases. People just saying mean things to you in their comment section is actually pretty tame for what they could possibly be doing, but still would cause a lot of people to not want to do any types of streams, YouTube videos, or sort of collabs with you, because now they feel like they're walking on eggshells just to have fun and make content. And that shouldn't be the case. Unfortunately for her, she actually does feed into her fan base, which I feel like is a pretty big no-no when it comes to having a fan base that people already regard as toxic. Specifically in this instance with DDG, that apparently has them unfollowing each other and literally breaking off connections, because after these clips went out, she ended up going on her IG story and saying they love how supportive my people are until it no longer benefits them. Anyway, thank you guys for everything. Now in that clip, yes, DDG is definitely throwing shade at her fan base, not even Wendy as a creator. He didn't say anything bad about her and literally talked about how he wanted her to do well. Yet it just seems like she's breaking off a connection with him because of how her fans are acting, which she can't really control, but at the same time could at least condemn their actions. And this caused him to later go on Twitter and reply to her saying, "Nah, that IG story sneak diss is crazy." Laughing emoji. Y'all was right. I was tripping. Now, maybe it's just that I don't understand why this would break somebody up, purely because he's talking about her fan base being toxic. At no point in time did you even hear anybody I put up in this video outside of like Adin Ross say that they have a problem with Wendy. It was mainly her fan base every single time. Even with the ryaah situation, they were talking about her fans, not Wendy as a person, throwing shade at her, calling her bad, calling her a fake, calling her anything. It's purely her fans. And it seems like she is enabling her fans, not only allowing them to do it, but basically encouraging them to do it. And we get that actual insight from Silky, who was on Into Deep and got to see it firsthand.
Yo, her base will enable, and it's like you could really see that somebody is heavily influenced by it. Cause like Wendy, yo bro, I literally sat there and spoke to Wendy, right? And she seemed like a normal person, right? She is a normal person. And she goes on TikTok, she looks at her comments, she looks at her shit, and she's like, nah, that's true, that's right, nah, that was happening. Bro, these are people that's not living in your world, Wendy. Like you gotta have a realization. These are people that's not living in your world, Wendy. They are living through you, and they think that every single emotion that you're supposed to have is because of how they're feeling at home, my nigga. That shit is corny.
Don't get me wrong, every fan base imaginable, no matter how pure or nice it might be, is going to have a toxic side. And I feel like it's up to the creators of that fan base, specifically when you talk about content creation, to make sure that they don't control them at all. Because once you see as a fan that you can get under this content creator skin, or that you can get them to move and feel how you feel, you're gonna basically continuously do that. Because it doesn't matter how much the fans might hate you doing something, at the end of the day, you're the content creator. You can collab with whoever you want. You can do it whatever you want. But if you're just getting enabled by your fans and you just do whatever they want to do and you feel however they want to feel, then their toxicity is only going to grow more and you're doing nothing to stop it. And that's what I feel like is happening with Wendy right here. Yes, her fans could be on the more toxic side, but as long as she didn't enable them or allow them to continue to grow this type of toxicity and feel like it was okay, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal, because every fan base is toxic in some way. It's just how the content creator enables them and allows them to do that toxicity. And throughout all this time, maybe I just didn't find it, but I didn't see any clips of her outright telling her fans not to do or attack certain people. I'm pretty sure they might be there. Personally, I couldn't find them. Maybe that's just on me, bad journalism, I don't know. But overall, I feel like Wendy just has to have a sit down with not only her fan base, but anybody they have attacked or felt like they have had controversy with, and explain to them that this is not real life. Content creation is fake. It's entertainment, and some things that get said and some things that happen should not be taken that seriously. But at the end of the day, that's just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment section down below, because this video was unfortunately over. But if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like, and if you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, because I post like this every single week and never miss out on a single upload. If you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. But that's enough for me. I'll miss you guys in the next one. Peace out.